REVOLT Radio 90.1. We're live. My grandmother. I've seen some news reports and stuff going around that the lawyers are banding together, right? The officials, the judges, and they're supposed to be doing similarity of the right to travel and us aware of the rights, suing cops, suing them. You know, they tried to pay off multiple sets of millions of dollars to Tanala Downing. We put some clips on here. We need to put the rest on here. You know what I'm saying? Tanala Downing, right? Basically, we're going to show here one clip, and we'll find others of where they've recently, in the last 4 to 8 months, made this claim. Now that it's viral and we're suing at the highest level, but if you watch the clip, guys, they provide no counter evidence. They say we're wrong. Sheriff says that Martin County Sheriff says that's wrong. And basically all he does is ramble about how he's offended and he's just going to arrest and beat us and do whatever anyways. And we're not sitting there waiting on hours for you to go, man, you can't do that. I'm an attorney. Whatever it is they're doing on the side of the road. Instead of countering us in the court of law with actual evidence, which the cops can't do it, the sheriffs haven't done it, their lawyers haven't done it, the judges haven't done it. A lot of them have admitted this crap on record, that the police have become militarized, that we are making regulations as we go, that the common law, but they're constantly changing these regulations every year, this traffic infractions, the DUI laws, the open container, everything's just constantly changing so they can make more money off more charges. So again, a lot of you guys are probably panicking right now, like, oh shit, they're going to do something now. Instead of actually going back and forth with the original jurisdiction and proving us wrong, they just gripe and play the victim like a Jew. So watch the Jew type reaction. Watch this clip from I don't even care, WPBF. It's the first one that come up and reminded me of what she said. So we're going to play these clips. And I want you to watch closely of how they're wrong. And all they do is pretty much, I'm a victim, I'm offended. They shouldn't be allowed to do that type energy. They never provide any code law. They don't never validate the codes. They never provide any law or anything, any authority for what they're doing. Right? They just come on to gripe about how they're offended. Now they're just going to continue to violate our rights. They threaten the sheriff in question. The sheriff on this clip just threatens everybody right now on camera. So we're not having it. So all y'all that live in this county and everywhere else need to know that he's just agreed to, while other sheriffs have said, this is bullshit. I'm not the military. I'm not doing it. I'm not subverting the rights of my people. This one just told us to fuck off. Now again, the news reporter, the sheriff, no one at the department, the legal team for that sheriff department, nobody can validate. Short, it was just a quick defamation thing to scare us and scare the people on the fence to go, oh yeah, I see what they're coming from. Oh yeah, this says they're wrong. So if you can read the scroll at the bottom of the screen, that just reminded me of something else I said I was going to talk about on here. To clarify, what did happen is, at the beginning of the year, actually a year or two ago, Chevron was overturned. Administrative law judges were ruled unconstitutional, and all the three-letter agencies were accused of not legislatively being enacted, never enacted by Congress. We didn't vote them, and they're making all these regulations against us. And even the viral clip where it said, you're the head of the EPA, you're going to continue to make regulations and charge people for them, for violating them, and you have no authority to do so. And he said pretty much after, yes. Because he didn't expect her to even bring that up. Yes. The same thing is going on here. So, I don't remember what I'm saying now. So then, February 25th, the ALJ no longer protected from removal after being called unconstitutional and has been under litigation by the DOJ. They also said the Bar Association and CPS under litigation. They're under litigation for crimes against. Not only that, they told the government officials not to participate in Bar Association activities. So now they tried to pay off Tanala Downing. Now they're paying the media and sheriffs to go, hey, you need to threaten your civilians to not try this crap. Now that it's so viral and people are actually winning. It'd be one thing if this was viral and we were doing it and we weren't winning, but I think the thing is most people are getting these charges dropped or beating it in appeals or federal court or a circuit court or the Supreme. And I'm suing the Cherokee Nation I don't know what I'm doing first time, and they're trying to stall me even at the federal court. And the attorneys have nothing. Dismiss. This guy's nuts. We're going to just motion to strike and remove parts of this because it's not legal. See, they're not explaining what it is in the evidence that says it's not against it. They just have to make claims to get through and hope that their voice is more than mine. But we got the evidence here. We got the majority of the people now convinced, after all this shit going on, that this is the only way to nonviolently push back as they continue to criminalize our rights even further. At the state level, a bunch of bills stuff that we put in, like medical marijuana here at Oklahoma, we agreed and was cool, and were cool for years on the agreement. Fine. They threw it into cigarettes. It's like cigarettes. You can smoke wherever cigarettes are. It's medicine. Anywhere else, it's like medicine. You can do it whenever, but only where cigarettes are because it smells and it's inhaled. Fine. That was compromise. We agreed to that. Now they're like, oh nope, it's got to be open container. This, that, and they're going to slowly change the law. They slowly added the agree to that. It's unconstitutional. We're just going to throw in a bill where you have to get things from OSBI and get approval from the drug bureaus. Fuck you. They lowered it, and they lowered it to like a class 3, and the states did nothing. The hemp bill, they're trying to the THCA and all that. They're trying to criminalize that worse, and they're trying to remove it. Let's get into it. This is what I'm saying. It's like when the Globe people come on. Professor Dave is all, these dumb flat earthers can't handle being cooked. This dude can't get over his ego, the fact that he has nothing. He never shows up anywhere on TikTok because he'll get cooked and he'll run like a little whiny bitch that he is. I'll call out Professor Dave, unrelated topic, because he probably thinks I'm a crazy Yahtzee conspiracy, don't know the law, whatever. Same shit that these people are going to say, but he's not going to provide nothing. So his job is just to selectively frame his deal as a constant documentary, a live stream every week, whatever documentary hit piece against flat Earth. That's his job, and that's what he gets paid to do, because he's openly admitted. Professor Dave, I got to call you out since I'm on the other channel. But if you want a one-on-one, you're a pussy. You won't. I'll even put some money on the table. $1 million that says you'll run and then say that I still lost. You know what I mean? But Professor Dave is just like these people. You know what I mean? They fail. They do whatever. They had to fucking do rituals and suck dick just to stay relevant and not be the guy that could have been a lawyer but failed and didn't understand it. These people don't want to learn more than what they have to do. They don't want to learn the actual law. They want to just get told how to do stuff and do things on repeat, business as usual, just like most people nowadays with a 7th grade reading average. Most people under 30, under 40 and 50, that's how they are. The old heads didn't care to, when shit was wrong, they would correct it no matter how long it took. My grandpa was like, we're going to wait here all day till we get this shit corrected. At any gas station, if they did him wrong, they didn't take off the taxes, well, we're holding up the line all day. But in these careers, it doesn't matter. We don't have to. If they did us wrong, it don't matter. I forgot what I was saying. The point I was making. The Lord said it doesn't matter. Get back on point. So they're panicking right now. So I'm predicting that you'll see more of this shit in the news. Hold on, let's get this over here a little closer. You'll see more shit in. And it's just like anti-Semitism. Instead of proving us wrong and have to make things up that goes against reality, they don't want to talk about reality. No Jew wants to talk about reality, right? They think it's funny. Even Ed Ross, like, oh, it's not the little Jews. Well, you keep playing around and taking the big Jew money. You sold your soul to have that podcast and bragged about it and couldn't handle being the little Jew that could. I mean, the little Jew that never could. Like, you're Jew. All you got to do is say you're Jew, and they throw money at you, and they did. And you're trying to be like, oh, APAC, I didn't take the money. Nigga, you did. And you still try to be the handler to 6ix9ine, to Sneeko, and all these people that question the Jews. It's probably why you don't do a lot with Sneeko. Stop playing with me. This long cancel, longer than any of you fuckers, all through COVID and all after COVID. I've popped a few times and immediately I'm fucking shelved right now. Doesn't matter. These people are doing the same bullshit. They're not providing any evidence. They're not providing any counter evidence, any argument against the thing. We're going to play it again. The radio listeners just heard most of it. We'll start it over for the YouTube listeners here, since I'm about to interview people running for governor of Texas and other positions. If you are running positions and you agree with me and you want all this shit stopped, and you think that if you get in there, you can punch a hole, because since nobody's doing nothing and everybody gets compromised, like Trump and all this, right? Right. So let's get into this clip. I'll mute up so it doesn't double over and you can hear it clear as day. And I'm not lying. I'm not playing. We're going to find other clips of the same that have recently dropped. And then we're going to play some of Tanawa Downing's recent stuff. And we all know about the famous CIA disease, right? Where they poison you with this untested cyanide, right? And it mimics, like, is it pneumonia or whatever? They tried to get motherfucking Tanawa Downing. They're trying to get me. I just motherfucking had somebody with their lights off up there at the gate in a maroon motherfucking whip. In the whipski. Now I know one nigga in the whipski that's got a maroon whip right now, other than mine that was seized, and I'm suing to get it back by the cops. But and they don't ever show up unannounced. They don't care if I don't ever show up to their house unannounced. Even though they're trying to do the family thing now, right? The family compound. They have a kid, but they have their parents there too. I just don't show up. But it's cool, right? I do that with anybody. I'm like, you can pull up anytime. My best friend, you can pull up anytime. His house even. I gotta make sure you say I'm good and you're gonna be there. I don't want your dad to be like, why you at my house? I don't care. Even though his dad's cool. I'm just how I am. I'm just like that. I don't pull up unannounced. I don't care how cool we are. I don't like to be on people's property and accused of things. Right now, why these Jews make false accusations against me. Well, I don't know who that was. And I got no emails, so I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'll double check, but we're going to play this fucking clip. Holy shit, balls. Hold on. We're going to double bullshit. So you probably seen me on TikTok. You wonder where I'm at. Well, the Jews took over TikTok, and I couldn't stay silent enough. I said too much shit to the point that every little thing somebody said got me removed. And I lost my entire Earth is Flat Bro account, right? And then I was fighting Earth is Flat Bro account. They tracked my IP. It says they tracked my IP. They tracked my IP into the new account and couldn't go live for weeks. Live every time somebody would go off topic and say, the Jews! That's all it would take. Yeah, see, I'm the last thing to him, bro. Yeah, see, he didn't hit me up. He wouldn't just pull up like that. So hang on, let's just get it clear. We don't usually have people around here in this neighborhood. There's been a few people the last decade move in that we aren't aware of, but most people are older, they're cool, or they're to themselves. Also, I think stealing packages and smashing mailboxes was like a late 90s, early 2000s thing. People don't do that shit anymore. Like the respect for others just kind of came back. My generation in high school, we had respect for each other. We didn't do the stupid freshman bullshit that was done to us. Subconsciously, we stopped that shit. Anyway, I don't know. So when I tell you, yeah, I've been saying for months, the local sheriffs are aware. They know about my radio. The Cherokee Nation guy muttered it under his breath to the prosecutor. He's that guy with the radio station educating people on this. So they all got me on a list locally. The Jews have got me on a list. I'm searched in Israel right now. And I would never harm myself, folks. But let's get into this bullshit because these attorneys want me gone too and want all of us gone because they're all Jews. All the judges saying we're liars are Jews, or they're funded in Jews. And they're all pedophiles because it's all Talmud. And this Talmud, oh, we got the United States Code and the citizenship statutes and regulations. You're a citizen, right? Then you have the Constitution and common law that they don't recognize because we're not under that. We're under this goy slave Talmudic law because we signed up to be a citizen. You mean our parents signed up, closed, and then we just kept it going at 18 because we didn't know any better? Yeah, there wasn't no citizenship before like the 14th or whatever fuck amendments. The fuck all amendments. Let's get into it. Refreshing this shit. I need the green. There we go. Now we got the green. Now we got the audio coming in. Like I said, it just fucking quit working. Oh, ain't nothing you do gets it to catch back up. You refresh, restart, and it just magically works. You have to screw over everything and start over. I'm not doing that. Leave my computer alone. They're trying to get me. They got shit running in the background. They're monitoring me. This is fucking crazy, bro. I'm being honest is all I'm doing, and I'm monitoring shit. You're watching them fucking up my shit right now. So anyway, if you're watching on YouTube, Revolt Radio, we're going to try it again. Here we go with the screen share. Again, doesn't mess with the operating, doesn't bog down the internet. But for some reason, when I go to share this shit every time, oh shit, stops working. Now, like I said, we might quit. Okay, maybe not. What I'm trying to say, if this shit will work, is watch what she says. Sheriff says he's not the law. He's a sheriff. He's law enforcement. He's not qualified to understand the legal semantics or to make a legal decision. He's not. Has no authority. He doesn't provide his authority. He doesn't say how we're wrong. He's just victim mentality. I'm offended. He just acts like a Jew here, Got no evidence. I'm cooked. Clearly doesn't want to admit he's the problem. He's probably a bad sheriff with a bad department. Because you got other sheriffs acknowledging that we got a point. They're standing down in most nonviolent low crimes. Infractions, realizing they're not crimes. And they're being punished by other departments or whatever, pressured by higher ups. So I'm going to mute up since I can't say all this in between, but watch. They're saying nothing. It's like Professor Dave at Globey saying nothing. One-on-one, by the way, Professor Dave, we can get it. We can do it on this too. I'll simulcast to my radio stream and prove that you're just you're literally in your basement. You literally got patchy beard. I literally look like the guy that's obsessed with, that was a nerd that left this basement, that never left the basement. They ain't funny. You get no bitches. So now you're fucking going all out for it. Oh man, these damn dumb flat earth. You're thinking that you're going to get the Jew money by defaming flat earth constantly. Now you're going to keep this narrative to the last people that are left, but most of it's bots and most of it's just the little bit of NPCs that are left. You're getting the last bit of NPCs, bro. You go look everywhere else and look at all the fucking views and look at all the comments and look at all what's getting deleted and what they're saying about us in certain countries. Is you're the minority now. Nobody believes it's round. Nobody believes that the government's innocent. And he's got to believe all those things, he's got to believe in this Narnia American dream to promote his bullshit. Same thing for this cop and this sheriff. Try this shit again. Let me test it here. Mute, unmute. Again, we got receipts. So we started this thing. The Chevron, I need to make one. Someone wants to help me do on the Chevron deference accurately, paragraphs describing it. Hit me up. And I'm missing. On the website, the notice for sheriffs, the law of the land, the Chevron, the Administrative Procedures Act, the parents' patriae that took away father rights and part of mother rights, your parental rights, the registration. The fuck, we register babies now? Oh, yeah.
Have you come across videos on social media from people claiming? Have you come across videos on social media from people claiming to be lawyers advising you on your rights during a traffic stop? Well, the Martin County Sheriff's Office, it might be the reason for alarming trend they're seeing.
Our reporter Perry spoke with Sheriff John Booth about what's the truth and what's not true.
bullshit. And the third, the mic drivers, whatever. Notice how he's going to tell you what's right and what is wrong, or whatever the fuck she just said. Now watch how he doesn't do that at all right after, folks. I just had to say that real quick. I wasn't going to interrupt. It's kind of hard. This bullshit's freezing up and not letting me mute and unmute once I start the video. So watch how he proceeds to do nothing. How they show one clip of a guy going, "What the because?" What they're trying to do is sheeple halfway or less woke people that still think the cops are good and not that they haven't declared war on us. They're trying to attack those that go, "See, this guy's an idiot. Oh my God. Get him, copper. Get him. We don't need nothing like that. Just get him. Whoop his ass a little bit." That's the reaction they're looking for, so they can use that as clips to say the people aren't supporting you. You're stupid. You're an outcast. Don't do that, little boy. Tisk, tisk, tisk. They're trying to trigger the bootlickers so they can use their reactions to support this socially, to socially outcast us. And it's not working because people are waking up. Even people that were bootlicking this are waking up now and saying this might be the only option for nonviolent retaliation, right? Or nonviolent defense, right? Since they've openly declared war on us, the cops that got fired for normalizing this corruption against innocent people, or were caught teaching it at public events across the country, how not to get fired, what we did wrong, how we got caught, and how to get away with what we got caught doing. That, folks. And we're supposed to believe this guy that does nothing. It's like, oh, flat Earth's not real. It's wrong. How? It's been the claim and scientifically verified throughout all history. You guys came 100 years ago to say it's wrong, but how? They can't explain. They have to come up with Narnia and all that, but most of them can't even explain the Narnia. They don't, you know what I mean? It's like, in this case, at least make something up, officer. Make up something that we're doing wrong. Make up a code. Use this 1880 whatever case, and this one case recently, and there's no sovereign citizens. No shit, Sherlock. Get the fuck out of here with this fucking bullshit. He says nothing. Pay attention. Wrong that you're going to threaten us and you're going to continue to threaten us with weapons and violence if we don't comply with this obvious unlawful order. Your ego's in the way, Sheriff of Martin County. Your ego's in the way. You can't get rid of your power trip ego. Oh, I'm Boss Hog. Roscoe Pico train. You just gotta get him. Oh my God. That's what this is. You ain't gonna take my power from me, boy. Listen here, boy. And these bootlickers with their pitchforks, 100 years ago, 200 years ago, they would have KKK masks. Yeah, let's get them. Get them. Get them. Now we're all black people. We're all niggas because they're doing it to everybody now. Screw it. No rights. We're all the Goyim slave. They just preferred slavery over black people. That's why it was blacks at first, even though a lot of it wasn't actually slavery. And the blacks even admit, yeah, we were here first. They made this fake history of slavery because we ran these big buildings they destroyed. If you think about it, it was just these slave houses, tents, small little railroad towns, and everybody else lived in wagons and tents and teepees. The natives all lived in teepees. Bullshit. They destroyed these buildings, some of them after the 33, right? 1933. So during the 1800s, the buildings were all fucking there. That's bullshit. That cooks the native in teepees, maybe while on the go. They ran these buildings. That cooks blacks. The blacks here were from Africa. There is no slave ship or slave ship remnants. They'd be at a museum, like you could go tour pieces of the other ship, right? Parts that they've allegedly recovered from Titanic or the sister ship, whatever, right? There's all this stuff. There's the replicas even of the Nita, the Pinta, and the Santa Marina. Got to see that when it come to my nearby river port. That was cool. That's a replica. No parts from the original, though. And that's what I'm getting at. It's all replicas. Surely some of this crap, the boat that painted to be one knee or whatever, 1 foot up, you know what I'm saying, his calf out as he's on the front of this boat going across the Delaware River. Where's the remnants of that boat or any of these boats? Matter of fact, there should be whole museums with Revolutionary War and Civil War boats and technology. But instead, Civil War comes around, cannons get a little better, we get a little bit of that stuff. But the stuff they put in the books, where is it? I just want to ramble off course a little bit of how they lied all throughout history before the 1900s. The 1800s being primitive, and this whole cowboys and Indians. In the early 1900s, we started to figure it out. We started building communities, and then bullshit. We already had everything figured out. They reset to make us, because there's nothing new under the sun. We've done everything. They had to start us over. But again, this cop says nothing. They lied about everything. They're lying now. So if they've lied about our entire where we come from, this doesn't look so far off at all. But again, back to the topic. Do we have rights or not? These cops don't care about our rights. These sheriffs don't. Sheriffs. Clearfield Doctrine makes it clear when they do commercial transactions, commercial paper, like their bill of attainers and their bank stuff at the courthouse that you all sign. They demand your social security number or they find it elsewhere. Bank language, folks. When they're doing that and they're making you pay for something, that's a commercial transaction. They can't force you to pay money. That's a commercial transaction. So that's what it is. We'd rather have the fine than have you in jail. That's because you'd rather take my money. You're robbing me. You're forcing me to do business with the Sequoia County Sheriff or the courts, whatever the fuck. And where the people across every county are tired of it. We've woken up. We've seen enough evidence. Judge testimonies even. Lawyers, former bar members, all of it. I've seen about it all now. I've been shown it all. People that worked there that were former cops that are with us now, former sheriffs, former bar attorneys, former judges, saying this is wrong. I was a part of a criminal organization subverting the rights of the people. They don't care about us. They're getting rich off us. They're all Jewish. Talmudic law runs family courts and the rest of them. I've made videos. One of the last live streams, they're going to kill me for it. They're threatening me now. So the IDF ICE agents are everywhere. So I'm afraid to even get out on my own. You know what I mean? I got to be very careful. I got to move discreet now. This is fucking wild. And instead of you guys going, yeah, we've been fucking taking your rights and we've been fucked up since post 9/11 or post the fucking crack epidemic and all these different things in the 90s and early 2000s they used to brag about taking our rights. Let's get into it because she says he's going to explain wrong from right and how we're wrong. Can you do it, Sheriff? So far, nobody can. Maybe this sheriff from Martin County will be the first. I'm here to tell you he doesn't do shit. But you can watch for yourself. Sorry, I'm rambling.
Unaware says his deputies are encountering people during traffic stops, refusing to comply based on what they say are their rights. The issue is, he says, they're wrong.
So I'm going to ask you to step out of the vehicle.
All right. Let's get some voice calls. Is your body camera on?
Yes, it is.
The County Sheriff says this is just one example of what they fear is becoming an alarming trend.
All right.
I'm not asking you. I'm telling you to step out of the vehicle.
What's your probable cause to take the other vehicle?
The video shows a man refusing to get out of the vehicle during a
It's not a crime and it's protected under the Fifth Amendment. Do all you want. It can't violate the Fifth Amendment. If you witness me murder somebody, I can plead the Fifth and invoke my right to shut the fuck up all the way. But you're a bad cop when you go, all right, you're going to step out the car. They gave me your ID. I'm triggered. My ego. Holy shit, Batman. We got another one. Here's combatant. God, ID refusal. We need 10 cop cars down here right now. 10 cop cars. Load them down. They need 2 officers at least per car. 3. But mind you, if I shot somebody, 1 car's going to come. They're going to do nothing. Or they might just take a report and come tomorrow. Like, goddamn. If I called you to help me, guys, and I ordered food, guess what's getting here first? But if I told you, hey, there's a guy here, did nothing wrong, license, go get him, Bruce. Go get him, Bruce. No. You're like Batman, you'd be right there. And like if Batman had fucking henchmen, all at the same time, like group fucking, this is gang rape. This is fucking, like, this is a gang, like, what do you call it? This is like gang banging right here. That's what it is. I don't give two flying fucks. You got a fake ass corporation badge. Security officer of a corporate. I don't fucking care. That's crazy. Failure to ID, right off the rip. Any attorney going, well, they analyze. No, right off the rip. Failure to ID, right? Not a crime. That's the issue. It's feelings enforcement, ego. I feel like violating whoever I want today. They have to comply or they're going to feel my wrath. Fuck you. And you'll never admit, okay, yeah, that's a little fucked up when you look at it. They can't. They won't. They're ingrained. This is my life. I'm aware of it. It's wrong, but I enjoy it. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? This man is invoking his right. You can't just stop people, declare an investigation, and get to just arrest them and steal their shit. And take that. You got a ransom and a fine. You're not going to be able to afford the car getting, impounded. You're not going to be able to afford all these fines. Fuck you, coppers. Fuck all you hoes. Get a grip, motherfucker, because we coming through. We're winning these lawsuits of millions of dollars. We're getting police departments shut down across America, and they can't act until they get a new chief and this, that, change. The third, the county has to come in. Instead of going, yeah, we got to train the problem that we declared a war on American people. Instead, you just let one guy get fired and keep on going. And you do it a certain way to where it's not on the record, and you can get hired on right down the road and do it to you again once you go into the next town. Same guy. Fuck you. I watched it my whole life. I watched my department here continue and steal and murder and bring drugs into this county and not go after the people bring it in, but after us for buying it. Like, holy shit, they're the ones selling it and raping our kids. Like, I'm tired of this fucking bullshit. You know what I mean? And I'm probably going to be popped at the next traffic stop, and you guys couldn't care less because you're bootlickers. If you want to exist, stay tuned. This guy's got nothing.
What they fear is becoming an alarming trend.
All right.
I'm not asking you. I'm telling you to step out of the vehicle.
What's your probable cause? Take me out of the vehicle.
The video shows a man removing the vehicle during a recent traffic stop.
These individuals, as if they are their own lawyers, they don't understand the law. They don't understand what they can't do.
Martin County Sheriff John Butensiek says he worries on social media where people claiming to be lawyers advise people on their rights during a traffic stop might be to blame.
It's bad advice. These are just antagonists that are trying to get clicks on TikTok. They're accomplishing nothing except
My guy. Yo, I got no green. What's going on? Why is the mic not? There we go. What the fuck's going on? My guy. It's the same old, these guys are just a bunch of idiots. They're looking for clicks. It's the same sheriff reaction that most sheriffs do. They don't know what they're talking. So here we go. The first, whatever, we're in half of the video. I'm like, okay, he's going to tell us where we're wrong. Finally, we get somebody with evidence to actually prove us wrong. Like they haven't done in 100 years since this crap started. And the reason we fought the Civil War in the first place, because the banker Jews wanted us to be their slaves. The South said no. And then Lincoln was like, well, I can't really free the slave. I want to free the slaves, right? Because the people in the South, but I got the bankers at my back. So how about we just let you think that we freed them and just make everybody all slaves and tell them it's freedom? Make them all have to do goy slave work. Get the fuck out of here. Here I am thinking that you're going to actually do it. And what does he do? These idiots on TikTok just don't know what they're talking about. Mumbo jumbo. And the judges will take that? Like, what the fuck? If I said shit like that, these cops don't know what they're talking about. Mumbo jumbo. That judge is going to go, right. This is an officer of the law. Who's court case after court case, it's been established, high court, they're not qualified to make legal determinations on the side of the road. They're not legally allowed to. They can't make semantics. If they're unaware, they have no authority. If they don't know what the authority and where the limit is, they can't act. That's how it is. You can't just violate rights and go, well, we'll just deal with it later. I'll act now. I'll shoot now and forgive later. Here I am. My grandma's like, I'm just saying, she gets this doubt in her head. She gets all this like, oh God, see, look, I told you were wrong. You didn't know what you were talking about, see? And then the video comes after she said something. Like, I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying they're not going to attack the argument. They're not going to provide any counter evidence. They're not going to provide what we're saying, where it comes from in law, and how it was not positive law. They're not saying, he didn't say any of that. He continues to not say any of that. So we've got all the evidence. He should debunk part by part and say it's positive law. It's been discussed and proven not to be positive law. But it's actually the opposite. You got the DOJ saying you guys are cooked, and at the highest level saying that there's no authority here. We never give authority that are unconstitutional, and they're all banning even harder to go, oh shit, this is real. And instead of going, oh yeah, I guess we can run away now and take our money that we made, nope, they're doubling down and say we're going to punish the people even harder for figuring this out. Let's get into it. Let's continue. How he provides nothing. We're waiting on you to provide evidence. Any attorney, I'll even put 5, 10, 20 racks, 50 racks. Any attorney want to fucking come one right now for free, because fuck you guys. You got the money. I need the money. But I'm willing to fucking steal your money. If any bar card member, any sheriff, any police officer, any attorney for a police department, sheriff's department, GRD, whatever, city, county attorney, the legal teams for the city, want to actually provide evidence against and not just this bullshit deflection this guy did just to kind of scare bootlickers into going, see, I told you, son, don't do that. You need to get a license, son. Listen to that cop, son. My dad's like, if he sees this stuff, or if he sees the what's the movie that they just made last year? Sovereign, where they're trying to defame us with Hollywood now to make us look like schizos because this guy took it to the extreme, this one guy, right? Make us look like nutheads. Well, if my dad sees that in this cop, he's not going to look semantically at the information, the lack of information, how he's just saying things and not providing proof and claiming that we're liars but not proving it. It's going to be confirmation bias for him, and he's going to go, I told you, son. My grandma kind of did, low-key was like, well, I'm just saying, I'm not trying to argue, neither am I, but I'm just saying, did they provide any evidence whatsoever? Are they just rambling the same old claim they've been for decades? That this is just a bunch of malarkey. I have no proof that it is malarkey, but it just is because I want it to be, because it compromises and potentially puts me at risk of crimes against the people, this, that, and the third. So instead of admitting, yeah, they might be onto something, they'd rather just, they're liars, they're wrong, they're just trying to get clicks and make money. Let's just clarify for a minute before I continue. This has hit national television, that we're right, they talk about it. For decades, multiple lawyer TV series, including Bull, which couldn't explain every detail, but pretty much we knew what was going on in that scene and in other similar scenes of other law shows, right? Where a community college dropout continuously beats the top LA County prosecutor, and they're all trying to get him this, that, and the third. And Bull comes in there, it's just jury duty, right? Going, wait a minute, isn't this some kind of civil rights violation? Oh my God! Case dismissed. Basically, some bullshit, because this nigga, they had nothing. Right? They wanted to get him so bad, and they're just doing find something. Just throw him in jail until the right lawyer fucking does whatever. Scare him. Anything to scare these people. Position of power and jury and usury with these fines and regulations, and constantly adding new fines to the book, charging people and make more money. When it's open that these cameras they put in are for revenue, not for fucking public safety. With the increase of fines and traffic tickets. So it's like, what the fuck are we supposed to do? They're like threatening us every fucking day of the week. And we stand up and end up being right on paper. They got nothing against it except the little fucking bullshit on the media. So again, if you're a bar attorney and want to prove me wrong, since we got former bar attorneys and even testimonies and mumbles under the breath, whatever, on camera of bar attorneys refusing to file this, saying this is real, but I'll lose my job. You lost your ability for Constitution when you signed that power of attorney, and they try to trick you to waive your rights by like standby counsel. Fuck you. So in Cherokee Nation, anybody want to help me? Let's go. But how about proving us wrong? This is the worst bullshit ever. And if I'm a reporter, and clearly that's why these reporters are bullshit. They're taught to read the prompt. They're not taught journalism. They're taught memory and to read the prompt. Read the prompt. Read the prompt. Let them talk. Read the prompt. They're not here to challenge or do journalism. It's like, well, let's at least like devil's advocate. They say this, that, and the third. She's not going to do that because they know any criticism would, you know what I'm saying. Any critical thinking proves us wrong. Come on, proves them wrong. They got nothing. So let's go back into this bullshit.
People on the right during a traffic stop might be to blame.
It's just antagonists that are trying to get clicks on TikTok. They're accomplishing nothing, providing unnecessary drama for deputies.
Do you have a suspicion of a crime? I'm asking.
So they're just going to ignore the millions of dollars of lawsuits that they had to pay, that departments all over, and people getting fired. I've had cops come to my store, former cops from Nebraska, even say, yeah, you can't shoot people no more. You can't violate rights no more. They got cameras and shit. So I'm not a cop. But yet they still look and act like in regular clothes a cop. Their gun here, their bullets all individual, and each bullet loop custom on the belt so they could just, Western style. Like, fuck out of here. Not like they have clip holsters on the belt. It's like, no, we're going to put like revolver style, but you got a clip 9. You know what I'm saying? I've heard it all. I got family that's even, that was like, fuck cops. They become a cop. They become the exact cop that probably made them fuck cops when they get fired for violating rights. And then now they're mad at me because I got my rights violated and this, that, and the third, and this one. I don't care. How about the millions of dollars of lawsuits, the countless films of y'all just beating the fuck out of people that don't comply or that don't agree? Instead of going, I'm wrong, I'm sorry, I'll do better, it's, oh, they're just antagonists. They're not doing it hard. Yeah, they're making it hard. They're causing you lawsuits. They're causing you to have to reevaluate and be careful about when you do your crimes against people. It's caused you to, okay, I guess we got to start shutting off the body camera and back on and then just stall. Like, stop playing with me. The fact that body cameras are required at most apartments now, a lot of them still don't. A lot of them still turn it off. Oh, we don't know what happened, etc. But that's all because of people like us on TikTok and YouTube making this shit viral. People in every major city that have made it their job, a lot of it free, they don't get paid, but people pay them or donate to them to help them. If you help me, I would give you money right now. If you were one of these people where they pull up to traffic stops and film it to prove that they're just here to escalate. If you got a traffic stop, you're not just writing a warning real quick and sending them on the way, and you're escalating it and moving on to cops and wasting resources, and then you go and attack the guy that's filming for that traffic, that victim's or whatever protection from the cops, and then no, you're interfering. You're just proving the stereotypes and proving our point. So they got nothing.
If they have a lawful reason, such as safety on the side or probable cause, like the smell of marijuana, the sheriff says they're allowed.
Search or to remove somebody, that's a big federal case. Refusal to ID, everything she just said is not enough for them to go ham. They just want to rip people out of their shit, steal their shit, sell their shit, and they all get cuts off of it. Stop playing with me. They're in cahoots. They're all identifying as the same entity. That impound lot at the tow company, even though it's a private business, they're forcing you to pay an invoice. A private business. Like, hey, it's like them forcing you to pay Walmart, right, for tires when you don't need tires. You don't want tires. But no, sheriff said that you got to buy the. Walmart said you're not leaving. You're not getting your card back. You're not getting this food you paid for. You have to buy these tires too. Or it's like cops taking your shit and bringing it to Walmart and saying, yeah, you got to pay Walmart to get your bike back. I paid for this bike. I don't care. This is a lawful command. No, it's not. Where? Well, what verifies this as a lawful command? Cops' word of mouth? That makes it lawful? They don't get to decide what is lawful. It's already been established that this whole process before Chevron, and now that it's overturned, we're back to that the entire process of their stop, the lights, the traffic stop, the booking, it's all illegal. Pretext, everything. Nothing. They just enjoy this. They get off on them. Step out the car. They think that's their job. That's what they've been trained and what they've thought, that's what they've been trained as being a cop, is doing that to people. They can't have donut with a cop. They can't stand around and help the community like security guards and guard private business and do this, that, and the third. No, they want to create a scene, and they want to react to it. This is what they do. This is what cops get off on. They don't do this job for any other reason but this, with the exception of the ones that get fired, because clearly, you can't fucking be a good cop in a bad department. They don't exist.
You just stop your
In there for 10 minutes and argue with you. They're going to ask you to do something that's lawful, comply, or you're not. And if you don't comply, you're going to go to jail.
Your ass. Come on, give me the green. This is how they get your ass. They ask you, hey, bitch, you're asking me because it's not a lawful command. You're trying to garner consent because this whole fucking thing, you're telling the federal government he consented. He agreed to the search. He agreed to step out the car. I asked him and he consented. But if we refuse, then I'm not asking, I'm telling. Oh my God. Nigga, stop playing with me. You're going to cut that part off and say, it looked like we agreed.
At the end of the day, the sheriff says, in Martin County, we see online.
On here. Hello? Okay, so keeps losing connection for some reason. Talk anything about laws or what these guys on TikTok are saying, what's incorrect about it, what court struck them down. Because to me, it's like I'm offended. My career's at stake. This shit is trending and it's everywhere. And we got to do something to regain control of the Goy slave. Right? At the end of the day, when somebody says, at the end of the day, when cops go, at the end of the day, man, I'm just doing my job. No, you're not. At the end of the day, we all just, whatever it is, a lot of times it's not good, it's not real, right? She goes, at the end of the day, he said, what they're saying is just not real. And could just, based on what? You did nothing. You provided nothing. Well, I can't even think of what we call this in the flat earth debate, because Globers do that all the time. They come in here. Would you like to learn? Would you like to learn? We're trying to tell you, but you won't let me talk. Would you like to learn? This is what these sheriffs and lawyers do. Would you like to learn? And then they go and do this bullshit where it's not real. You guys just need to stop. They're trying to make clicks. I'm trying to explain it to you. You're not providing counter evidence in law to our established and our repeated wins in the dismissals across the country, the songs, the DOJ even saying there's no authority by you guys and that you're unconstitutional, all this stuff. Nothing against it, right? You're not understanding. Let me explain it again. Repeat the same bullshit, not claim, make up more semantics. I don't get why you're not understanding. Take him to jail. He's not understanding. We have the authority based on what? Now, this is obstruction. You don't get to question me. You just have to comply. Go home. You're the same guy that's afraid of everybody. Go home. Beating us up and bullying us. We're being beaten, bullied, and jailed and killed by our own government. and they're trying to kill me. They've threatened me with weapons now. It's on camera. Comply. I don't have to comply. I can flee an unlawful arrest. And we've seen many times lawyers that study the law, right? That people have beaten them. Like the one where the cop grabbed on recently to hang on to his shit, and then the cop ends up thrown from the car, and the other cop car runs him in the ditch. He flies out the window of the ditch. It almost drowns and dies and gets ran out, crushed by the car. The cops tried to kill him because of that. The court ruled that if that cop didn't grab on and he had the right to flee an unlawful arrest, that cop was. So we're winning now, and now they're triggered because they got nothing. They want to violate our rights. They want to. This is them admitting they want to. Let's look for some more clips. Let's see. Let's watch some more TikTok lawyers on YouTube. Let's have the Supreme Court unanimously decide.
The Supreme Court unanimously on Friday, January 17th, that the TikTok.
Well, that was last year. Who gives a fuck? How do you purchase Greenland? It's its own deal. It's already under Denmark. You have to have like Denmark citizenship or go through Denmark to get, and then go to like fucking or whoever. You know what I mean? See, nothing else. TikTok lawyer thinks she knows. See, body cam, her actions, not what she's saying, not the semantics of what she's saying. Her actions and the cops arresting her anyway says otherwise. What fucking bullshit is this? The Germans, we like to say, papers, please, it's become Nazi Germany. Well, who made it like that? We blame the mustache man, but when you got a guy waking up like that, you got to infiltrate. That's why you got 90% Jewish government in Germany. And they ran all the media. Well, then you got 150K Jewish German soldiers. It wasn't that these Jews were like awake, right? I still can't find evidence that show that they were awake and agreed with the mustache man. No, you got to have controlled opposition killing their own kind in there so they can blame and say it was the German military. They were against the Jews. But clearly, it's on record, 150K Jewish German soldiers. Right? Jewish Nazi, so they're Ashkenazi Jews. So when you call somebody a Nazi, you're calling them a Jew. That's just what it is. All I'm saying is there's nothing else. By the way, I just dropped these. Not much views like the last. I did come up with this Armageddon Steel as a name. I don't care. But pretty hard. Metal version. Israel so far likes the trap rage style YG martyr yeet style meme died on the holy. I did 2 of those. I did the Earth is Flame in the Sky metal version on this channel. Check it out. Well, look, where's it at? That's supposed to be all this shit going on and on. There's Hurricane Chris.
If you ever get ready to
like trying to King Chris, like still trying to do this shit. He's still making money. What he was like canceled for a while, the last few years, but hey, Hurricane Chris, right? Why you still look young as hell, bro? Like, pause, no homo, but goddamn, bro, I'm just hoping that you ain't on this shit that, like, was it Peen and Kill or whatever that Nick guy from 90s Nick, childhood stars, like, he made that clip, like, yeah, how come you never aged, dog? You know you're like 50 now. I made some deal with this guy with horns that never aged.
And you get took down, don't answer no questions without a lawyer. I'm telling everybody this right now. I don't care how right you think you is. Because a police officer's job is to try to get an arrest, to try to help the district attorney get a conviction. They don't care if somebody was on top of your mama beating her to death.
It's a murder. It's a crime. We need to convict something.
Don't answer no questions until you get a lawyer there. If you ever get arrested and you get...
He does make a point. They don't care the semantics of what happened. They just want to convict people because they get paid per conviction. Again, you're seeing these clips, right? Oh, a TikTok lawyer versus no nonsense cop. So, okay, this is why Melly killed his friends. The YNW Melly. He could be big. He would have fell off. He had to do it. And he killed both of them because the other would have snitched. There was shit going down. It could have all been a stage for clicks, to get his views up, this long trial. Like, hey, man, you come in real quick with, like, since you got murder on my mind and all this shit, and you did this, you need to play it out like a Young Thug do. And then apologize. Whatever.
This might have been the reason YNW Melly killed his two best friends. 19. Melly was arrested for killing his two court. The prosecutor couldn't find a real motive, but there are some speculations. They both include Sack Chaser and Melly's mom. The speculation is that Sack Chaser and Melly's mom got into a big argument, and Melly fixed it this way. The other motive is a story about Sack Chaser sending nudes to Melly's mom, which he didn't like, of course, and killed him in juvie because of it.
No, that's some bullshit. Even if that did happen, they're not homies. And that, is literally just because he knew he couldn't have leeches. He come in the game. They said, you got to cut off these hood niggas. How do you got to do it? You got to fucking look. Lil Durk made this whack ass real shit, like, this whack ass music. Then he comes back bigger than ever with the Drake feature after King Von. That song was all over the radio. Sometimes we laugh and sometimes we cry, but that's how we go now. And the song on the radio as I'm cruising around. That's how we go now.
These are all
his right hand dude. And everybody stood because they knew. They can't have their right hand man go get to them. I wouldn't care. If my homie Hunter started a podcast right now and it did twice or my shit, or it went viral overnight, or he did something and made a shit ton of money, or went and popped, everybody started fucking with Vaughn and playing him everywhere. Nobody's playing Lil Durk. In the streets, they're playing Vaughn, but nobody's playing Lil Durk. Like, oh yeah, I'm just going to play 10 Lil Durk songs. No, I might play one and that's it. Nobody's going, oh yeah, put some Durky on. Oh hell yeah. Yeah, fuck no, dog. They're not doing Young Thug neither. Yeah, who's like smoking in the car? We're drinking, we're smoking, we're going around, bar hopping. Got the bitches or we don't got the bitches. Who goes, hey, that Thug, play that new Thug. I'm calling my ops. They better not play with me, nigga. I can't be okay with me, nigga. Some bad shit lay with me, nigga. Right? The fuck doing that shit? Nobody. Playing these songs. Nobody. But they was playing a few Vaughns. They was playing motherfucker. They're still playing Gunna. One at the begin. That's what I'm getting at. They're playing Gunna at the stadiums, but they're not playing back to the original fucking thing in this video. Oh my God. 6ix9ine. I don't even know if we can show this if it'll fucking.
These niggas out here snitching. They with the ratchet. They with the rat pack.
One cares.
Yeah, honestly, treadmill, you're the only one next to you just so we could low-key fantasize about tuning or some bullshit, or so we could stare you down, or like, yo, you know what I'm saying? It's too pussy to ask for anything, and that's not really the place, you know what I'm saying? Maybe if you see them somewhere like the bar outside the gym, then you could bring it up. Say, hey, look, let's just try this other gym together one time. Like, she might be able to pull some, but nah, when you do that shit, like, come on, urinal rules. If they're empty, urinal rules at the fucking treadmill, especially when it's like gender, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Urinal rules, I agree. Fuck that stupid shit.
Can I speak to you for a second? Renee Sergeant with Miami-Dade Police Department. Listen, unfortunately, it's not our decision. It's just apparently we're passed out. Had to wake you up. We're gonna have to be playing everybody on this plane, and then you're still gonna get off.
I would never in my life get off the plane for you, specifically you. Maybe everybody else. I would get off the plane. You gonna wait 40 minutes, and I'm gonna be on a private plane home. Yeah, till February. Yeah, I will. Stop playing for a second. So I got locked up. I'm sorry. All you had to do was wake me up. Shit, you ain't nothing to me, bro.
How you doing, man? Can I speak to you for a second? Renee Garcia, Sergeant with Miami-Dade Police.
What's going on here? What is
Bro, this is some Maduro trial right now.
Okay, so Maduro's being tried right now?
Yeah, right now, bro. Right
for machine.
Well, I'll know what it really is, but you know what?
What do you think it really is?
They're
calling me a liberal because I'm anti-war.
Nah, bro, I agree with you, bro. Hell yeah, man. No, like, bro, I think what it really is, man.
No, 100%. Yeah,
it's that, bro.
100%. Yeah, but apparently now it's liberal to be anti-war.
I know, right? It's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
They're trying to hijack freaking, like, you know, the right and all that.
Hey, but so many of the right-wing commentators, they're all supportive of this war.
Oh, that's crazy. Like
all
Benny
of
Johnson
them.
and all that. Myron Gaines heavy, though.
I don't know what he said about it. Matt Walsh, that fraud, has been going at me all day long.
Really? Matt Walsh? You, bro. Fuck
and I've been saying, let's just get into, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
And he's running away because his boss says he's not good enough of a goy. Yeah.
Right? Freaking get back to work, Matt Walsh.
Exactly. Tell him right now. He's watching.
Back to work, Matt Walsh.
Wait, so what's going on here? What is here today?
Let's see what Snitch9 is, but snitching on the Jews. He's trolling. He did the Illuminati thing, and now he's exposing a lot of it. Clearly a troll, controlled ops. Clearly he took the money. But hey, he says a lot of shit. We'll give him validation where he's due. I always try to call out stuff that's not true or that's controlled op language. But, you know, so far I don't care. Other people co-sign on what happened. You're not homies if you come in and you're fucking my girl. You come in and rape my girl and threaten my kids. You know what I'm saying? Street shit is street shit. The whole idea is you don't bring it around the family. You don't bring it around. You know, if he's got kids, you do that shit when he's not got kids. You don't pull up and shoot a man that's doing some bad street deal or because you triggered and want to keep the money. You know what I'm saying? You don't do that fucking bullshit at the Chuck E. Cheese, even though it happens. That's the idea. That's supposed to be the code, per se. But, you know. Let's see what he says. I'll be locked up with Venezuelan President Maduro tomorrow. Of course, he goes on Vlad. This was a day ago.
All right, here we go. 6ix9ine. Third interview of Vlad TV. What's good?
What up, Vlad?
Well, we got a lot to talk about, but just today, the U.S. invaded Venezuela and arrested President Maduro and his wife.
That's crazy, right? All right, so it's mad things. So I got the call. Well, I didn't get the call. Somebody texted me saying that they think that when
To lower the quality. Come on, Mike. I'm going to lower the quality because it's mainly the audio that we need. The way you can hear it. And I just want to say real quick, for those of you that done a low power radio station, we want to be as compliant. We want all the lightning arresters and everything. You know what I'm saying? Help me. It should be around $300 to do it all or less. Help me do it affordable and do it right. The grounding rods, the bounding, or the bonding. I'm sorry. There's something else I'm thinking up too. And all that. Clearly, I'm in this wooden, like you see on the corner, these wooden portable sheds. There's a metal propane heater on the wall that she installed. I don't think this is a safe place to put it, but I got nowhere else but just to run it outside and hope that I'm high enough on the side, the tall side of this hill. I'm not at the top, but I'm at the top side where it just starts to go down at this little peak of the hill. But or the mountain, whatever it is, with a taller mountain beside me. To the middle. Anyway, just if anyone wants to hit me up, any of my truthers that watch, because I know there's some flat earthers and truthers on here that's been on my TikToks that they know about radio. They've installed ham radio towers, same thing, or other amateur radio, low power FM. And I just want to get the grounding right. It may not get struck by lightning, but it could. It's like all the lightning is going to go to there now probably, and it'll fry me and everything in here. So we're getting everything on Surge Protect slowly. I ain't got it coming in yet off the sponsors, so help me out. Go check out the website. Check out the sponsors. We got a new sponsor, Healing Herbals, and we only got a few of their stuff up yet, but they make Kana vapes. I think they have Amanita vapes, but a bunch of different Amanita products. For those of you that wanting a different legal safety meeting alternative, if cannabis is just strict, and psilocybin is strict. Well, this stuff's over the counter. Get your THCA on my website. Get your Kana and your Kava vapes, your Kava oils and juices and drinks as an alternative to weed, alcohol, and everything else. They're non-intoxicating. I'm not going to say that the shrooms, amanitas, can be intoxicating at high amounts, but everything's over the counter and non-tested for, and you can have it. Any cop tripping, you'll beat it in court. 50 state legal. We got Delta 8 Pro, and we got Healing Herbal, and then we should have a few more that we get approved for. TID Radio, My Patriot Supply, and their sub companies like Alexa Pure, Grid Doctor, Be Prepared, Get Ready, and others, or whatever. So check them out. Let's get back into the Snitch 9 thing. Jews want to take over Venezuela. That's pretty much all. That's what it is. The Jews want it. The Jews don't want. They want they can't stand a country that doesn't have usury. That's the example of how, you know what I mean? We should be like Nazi Germany economy-wise. We should be like Venezuela, Iran, all this independent. But no, we're the problem. We're the occupiers. We're the criminals, and America don't want to admit that. The American dream was built on lies, slavery, destruction, and occupation. We'll mute, folks. For the
when they sent me to prison on Tuesday, me and Maduro is gonna be in the same unit.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a real thing.
Yeah, because remember, the president of Honduras was in my unit.
Right.
And the president of Honduras was just released 3 weeks ago, he was pardoned by President Trump.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna show you real quick. By President Trump, and see if I find a few. Let me show you.
He arrives and shows up there, and many of them had tattoos, but he was tattooed too, and he was a person with a very, very extroverted personality. We happened to be doing a little exercise there, and then he asked to borrow a pen to write something because he was talking on the phone, and what he was writing were like verses. And then I asked someone, and who is this guy? And they tell me something like, I don't know. No, they say he's a famous singer from here. And we looked at each other with respect, with consideration, of course. Two different worlds. He was very extroverted and very cheerful, especially cheerful, because he already knew that in a few days he would be getting out.
So anyway, President Trump just pardoned the president of Honduras 3 weeks ago. He's out, and he confirmed that we was in the same dorm. He basically says there in Spanish that one time we worked out together. I was a super nice guy. I asked him for a pen one day. I was writing my songs over the phone and stuff like that with my producer and stuff. So I talk facts. I never lied. There you get it from the president of Honduras.
Okay, so you might
that
be
was
locked
just
up
pardoned by
with-
Donald Trump. Yeah.
Right. So now you're about to be potentially locked up with President Maduro.
I'm telling you, bro, I talk facts, bro. That's what I do.
Okay, well, let's just talk about the situation, because right now the U.S. will be running Venezuela, and Trump warned the governments of Mexico, Cuba, and Colombia that their countries could be next.
Well, say that one more time. He told Colombia, Cuba, and who else?
Mexico, that they could be next.
Nah, I don't know.
But I know I'll get distracted and miss it. Top of the hour. Wish I could make this come out to where you guys can hear it. Where's the headphones? Hang on, I'm sorry to pause. It's just getting started. Just some entertainment now. Let's watch what he has to say. He's going to be locked up with this guy. You know what I'm saying? He's like, oh yeah, he's supposed to see. Hang on. Where's some headphones? Where do I throw them? The fucking. There, right over here. Okay, so let's see what we got here. All right, let's see. I'm sorry. We're still getting things, still working out the bugs. We don't got automation or nothing to automatically do all this crap. So we're trying to bear with me here. See if I can do on the YouTube stream over here and it'll come in. Probably not. Got nothing. Well, if you're listening on the website and on the micro transmitter, we got one to go a little farther, but we have to do all this grounding. I didn't realize how much shit was going. Oh yeah, this shit's not even plugged in all the way. Hang on, I want to try it again. I can hear the mic doubling back, but what's not going on? Hold on, we need to get this figured out too, if we're going to continue to do this. Apologize if I'm annoying people, but I don't know what's What's going on? Check. Nothing. Let's try it on the monitor side. Nothing. I was hoping it would come out of these headphones enough that I could crank it up and get it right here at the mic, but it's clearly fucking not happening. All right, let's get back to Snitch 9. This is fucking wild. Let's see. He's going to be locked. It's kind of coincident. He was locked up with the last guy. Police out the Jays. Come on. Tell it how it is. Bring receipts. Play it slow and only do whatever. Certain topics. Don't go too nuts. You know, just be like, yeah, I just think the Jays want it. You know what I'm saying? Even a seed, bro. Please, bro. This nigga going to prison on what? I don't exactly know why he's in jail. Like fucking snitching. Prison. Like, but it is what it is. He's trying to get that Illuminati immunity. I understand. He's trying to, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to rebrand myself. Be a good person. He's going to prison, though. He's making all this money now, and he's going to prison. It won't even matter. Because, you know, you'll just commissary, right? Or you'll be spending it paying off motherfuckers, right? Not to beat your ass. But that's just what it is. That's why I hate fucking, you know, that's why I'm glad I'm canceled and I'm not making bank right now, because if they get me in jail, they're going to go, oh, you're going to use all this on, they take your money and they put it on commissary. So how do I explain? So basically, like, what do they put on commissary? Oh, I don't remember what it was. They took of mine and said, oh, it's the rules now. It's the law. We just steal your money and put it on commissary. They give you this, they take your cash. Oh, it was cash I had. You know, they put it on a card, which that's cool to keep track and make it automatically commissary that you're supposed to get back. I don't think I ever got that back. I told the bail bonds guy I would like to have that back. But, you know, I'm never going to see that. It's whatever. Back somehow. Hopefully you guys buy a product. Let's all go into this. We're not getting enough. Can't take off, you know what I'm saying? We set up this thing properly. If I don't set up this transmitter properly, I can fry this whole building. Let's get it. Snitch 9.
I never heard someone added that one in there, but the best.
Cuba, Colombia, and Mexico. Trump said that out of his mouth.
Nah. I heard he said about Colombia, he said he better watch his ass. Pull it up right now.
Hold on. Let me pull it up.
Push that right now. You trying to get me? No. You trying to get me started?
No. Hold on. Hold on.
But I'm gonna tell you what should be the first thing Trump do. Trump should send all the Venezuelan girls straight to America. Get them out of the way. Know what I mean? And let me run like border patrol. I gotta take their ID, make them citizens, stuff like that. See, Vlad, it's kind of hard for you to look that up right now. You taking mad long to look that up.
Here we go.
Bro, you tweeted that out. That's not even, what is that?
No, that's not what I'm saying. Trump sent warning the governments of Mexico, Cuba, and Colombia.
What page is that? I never seen that.
According to an Axios, okay, hold on. According to an Axios report. All right, maybe not. All right, maybe not.
Yeah,
maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Okay, that might be fake news. Okay, you caught me on that one. My bad.
Nah, he did say that about Colombia. He did say that.
He did. I actually saw the video about Colombia. He basically said that Colombia is running, a lot of drugs into America, and they got to be careful. But yeah, man. I mean, listen. This violates the United Nations policy, where a country cannot take out the president of another country unless they get permission from the UN. But Trump didn't do none of that shit. He just went in and grabbed him.
That's America.
Yeah.
I'm proud to be an American. Fight for the rights of every man. Yo, Vlad, you look like you're not even be American right now, bro.
No, man, I'm cool with this. I'm fine. You want to go and into this country? Shit, it is what it is. But the thing is that this is not the first time I've seen this happen. So for example, 2003, remember we arrested Saddam Hussein.
Yeah, but Saddam Hussein wasn't a president, bro.
Well, he was the president of Iraq at the time.
He was? I don't want to sound wrong. He wasn't he wasn't a president. I think he was just like a a war leader, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, I mean, he was the dictator, but he was running Iraq.
let's look that up right now. Was Saddam Hussein the president of Iraq? You making up your own facts, Vlad.
Now look it up. Look it up. Look it up.
Was Saddam Hussein ever president of Iraq? All right, you got it. Yes, Saddam Hussein was the president of Iraq from July 16, 1979 until he was overthrown in April 2003 during the U.S.-led invasion, ruling for nearly 24 years as a brutal dictator.
I speak facts. Can I put my glasses back on?
Yeah, I mean,
put my glasses
it's
back on.
1-1 right now, bro. It's 1-1.
Right. And actually, in 1990, this happened with Panama and Noriega. The real Noriega, not the rapper.
But consider that a rapper.
Noriega was definitely a rapper. CNN, Capone, Noriega, definitely rappers.
Never heard that.
Okay, before your time. Before your time.
Yeah, what's up, Denver? How you guys doing? Oh, thank you guys. Let me give it up.
All right, go check out the products. Link is in the bio of the website. Click Buy American. I guess I could show what the website looks like. We'll get everything lined back up again. I'm trying to fix this little part, you know. Maybe move this over somewhere else. If I get this crap to come on with it, they're supposed to, like, there you go. Supposed to just hover and it comes over. I need to delete this Patriot Depot thing. We never got approved for them. But there's the brands that we got, and you can fucking come on. Got some herbal companies and Delta Egg Company, THCA. This, which we need to change and update with the deals they got going on. I haven't been doing that. I'm trying to use AI to make games here to, you know, like a debate argument generator and a tinfoil trivia. But again, this is all regulated. It's all Jew taken over. Even this AI thing can't be anti-Semitic. So it's cool if it works. I don't think it works. Some conspiracy theorists believe the earth is actually this shape, not a sphere. Okay, yeah, let's see, flat. Next question. Secret Society, 100 points. Fuck it. Come on. See, now it's not working. But either way, I've got that so far. And those are just 2 games from another site I HTML'd. I got those so far. I've got slowly but surely putting this information out. If you want to help me finish this part, that would be great. And then, of course, the protest going on. We need to update that if you got an accurate list. We're working on, we got live weather updates, live sports updates, preferably D2 and lower teams, right? Mainly D2 and other local colleges in the area, in the D2. Let's just see what that's doing. Lower colleges. So again, NCAA Division II basketball. So OBU, Arkansas Tech. These are like even though there should be like See, this is the issue. I put a bunch of schools on here. That ain't shit. Made sure to put all these schools, not just those two. And then the UCO hockey schedule, since, we're trying to put on college hockey. A lot of D2 schools have a club hockey team, and they play Division I like schools. And that needs to be, deleted. We're working on getting all this together. Here's the weather page. I like Castro, but this other one, they cover the all the royalty rights for online streaming, which will buy time until we get the FM rights. I don't like how I couldn't square this radar. I probably should have drug it around and could shape it. I'll have to go back and reshape it. But there's a radar there. Soon, if you can help me copy over and get it to do live picture updates of my GR level 3, I've got that. The actual radar with 5 or 10 different things on there. You can see tornado debris getting thrown up, see it on the ground. And that's for the weather coverage that we do and we'd like to continue to offer. Soon we get income coming in, we'll pay for more stuff, and we'll get access to the rights to these tracers that come through here. And we'll have tracer reports on the radio. So we'll stream the weather coverage live to the YouTube again if we get this radar copied over here. And see, that would be the song title. I kind of pasted it's, and made it small. What else? The news page. I haven't updated a lot there because I'm trying to get all the RSS. I want Italy still in the Jews. Still them. We still need people there'll be more in detail for these things, but a lot of this has hit independent mainstream sources like Al Jazeera. A lot of these places have RSS. We need to have you on our website if you've got the truth about what's going on. Because this widget that I made so far ain't working. I need to find another one. See, you know what I'm saying? So it's to live automatically update real time. Base it with different deal and try again. I don't quite understand. But either way, we need y'all support, and we need y'all right now. In this stream, and we'll be back. We're going to interview Governor. A good time and date. Preferably the afternoon drive or the evening.